The all-new complete Shih Tzu grooming video. I'm your narrator, Tamara Larson, and my husband, Greg Larson, will be your demonstrator. We've been handling Shih Tzus for 12 years for myself and 14 years for Greg, and we just wanted to share some of our knowledge and tips that we've gained over the years. Is the Shih Tzu the right breed for you? They're a very laid-back breed. They tend to be a couch potato. They're good with children. They do require an awful lot of grooming. You either need to take them in regularly to the groomer and do some maintenance at home, or you need to plan on spending quite a bit of time on them, which can be very enjoyable, but you need to schedule that into your week. They are prone to certain diseases and problems. They can have eye problems because of the bulbous eyes that they have and the positioning of the eyes, and you need to be aware of that. Check their eyes daily. If you notice a problem, call your vet and try and get a referral to an ophthalmologist. You'll find that they treat the eyes a little better than a general veterinary practitioner. They can be subject to renal failure, different types of kidney disease. They can be subject to an autoimmune problem. They can also have skin diseases, seborrhea, and some other problems. Tooth decay can be a problem because of the shape and positioning of their teeth and the shape of the mouth. And if you still decide that you want one, then watch on. I think you'll enjoy it. These puppies in this beginning shot are 6 weeks old, and they're still with their mother. If someone offers you a puppy that's between 6 and 8 weeks old, it's probably best to turn it down. They really need to be with their siblings at that age and with their mother. A lot of Shih Tzu puppies don't even have their puppy teeth until they're between 8 and 9 weeks old, and they're really not capable of being on their own and eating on their own at that point. We try to leave them with their mother until they're 8 or 9 weeks old, and then we keep them as a litter together until they're 12 weeks. At that time, any pet puppies will go to their new homes, and they make the adjustment very nicely. The show puppies we hang on to until they're a bit older so that we're sure that they're going to work out. To locate a breeder, your best sources are to contact the American Shih Tzu Club, and at the end of the video we'll give you information on that. They can give you a list of local clubs and of breeders in your area. The American Kennel Club can also be a resource for you. They don't sanction breeders. All they will do is give you the names of breeders in your area that have AKC registered dogs. It's not a guarantee of quality, just that their parents were registered. You can check out the newspapers, but we generally don't recommend that. People that advertise in the newspapers are generally backyard breeders. They have a litter too. They may not be there down the road if you have a problem with the puppy, and they may not be there to guarantee the puppy and back up the guarantee. When you go to see puppies, you want to ask about references, people that have gotten a puppy before. Call them, make sure the puppy is still healthy, that it was well adjusted when they got it. Ask about any guarantees that the breeder offers. You may want to check with your Attorney General and see if there's a puppy lemon law enforced in your state. In the state of Minnesota, the lemon law is 2 years for any inherited or congenital problems. So by law, any breeder has to offer a 2-year guarantee. Most of the hobby breeders, backyard breeders, puppy mills aren't even aware of the law, and they don't offer a guarantee at all. Ask about any health testing that's been done on the parents. Try and see documentation on that. If it's OFA, which is the Orthopedic Foundation of America, they certify hips and elbows. CERF is the Canine Eye Registry Foundation, and they certify eyes. Shih Tzus can be tested for von Willebrand's disease, which can be a future indicator of autoimmune problems. They can be tested for thyroid dysfunction, be tested for possible kidney dysfunction. That doesn't always show up. Most breeders try and screen for it, but it's difficult to pinpoint that until it actually becomes a problem. Be very clear when you contact a breeder about what you're looking for, if you want a male or a female, a pet or a show puppy. When it comes to pets, as long as the puppy is spayed or neutered, it really doesn't make a difference whether it's a male or female. We recommend neutering between 6 and 9 months, spaying usually right around 6 months before the first season or heat. In some parts of the country, they do spaying and neutering at a very young age, usually between 8 and 12 weeks, and that's proven to be very effective, so you might want to check into that option. But just be very clear with your breeder what you want. If you want to get into showing, don't try and buy a pet puppy to save money, because you will get a pet puppy, one that has either a disqualifying fault or markings that aren't as desirable something like that. So be honest with the breeder about what you're looking for. Most breeders will sell a puppy that is a pet on a limited registration with a spay-neuter contract. And what that means is they're trying to protect their line from being diluted and having dogs that they don't think are up to the grade being bred. And for the health of your pet, if you're buying a pet, it really is important to spay or neuter. It eliminates the incidence of testicular and ovarian cancer and breast cancer. So it's a good idea to have them altered. When you go to see puppies, make sure that you haven't worn the same clothes or shoes to look at several different litters of puppies, because you can transfer diseases and parasites from one breeder to another. And a lot of breeders will ask you not to come out if you've been to see another litter. At the age these puppies are, a lot of breeders will let you come out just to look at them. They may promise you a puppy, but it may not be a specific puppy until they know which ones are show quality and which ones are pet quality. But it's always fun to go and see them and maybe take some pictures so that when you do get your puppy, you'll have baby pictures of them. When you go to pick up your puppy, it's a good idea to bring along a crate and maybe, which is a kennel, maybe a piece of clothing that you've worn, an old t-shirt or something like that, so the puppy gets used to your scent and feels comforted. And a lot of times breeders will send something from their home also, a toy or a piece of blanket or something that's familiar to the puppy to make the transition a little bit easier. But when you do go to look at puppies, try and check out the temperament. They should be friendly and outgoing. They should never be shy. They should be clean and well cared for and chubby and happy, feel like little well-filled out sausages. They shouldn't be bony. If you notice them drinking a lot of water, that can be a sign of kidney disease. Puppies like to play in water, so make sure that it's a definite obsession with water and not that they're not just playing with the water bottle or with a dish. Puppies are very entertaining, and it's really hard to go home without one. So if you're going to look at puppies and you have children, it's probably best to make the first trip by yourself so you're not pressured into getting an animal that you're not totally in love with. It's always good to be cautious, and you can spend your time, finding the right puppy for you. Okay, we're going to start now with a 3-month-old puppy, and we'll bring him up in just a second.